Nothing like a full tank and a happy heart.
In case you're new around here, I'm Shelby and this is my husband Matt. We have been traveling through Europe for the past month and we're gonna be here until later this year, so about 8 months total. We're gonna be traveling to all different places around Europe and taking you guys along with us to show you what it's like, all the do's and don'ts and mishaps along the way. If you like this video, we hope you will stick around and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next ones. We already have a few up on the channel, so go check those out, and we have a lot left to come, so we hope you'll stick around. So this is technically Liechtenstein. You're going straight here. Liechtenstein. We didn't even notice that
we're now in a different country.
Yeah, we are driving in a different country. It wasn't very obvious. There was no border that told us, but for the next probably 10-15 minutes or so we will be driving in a different country because that's all it takes to get through Liechtenstein.
And within the 15 minutes it took to drive through Liechtenstein, we managed to get a speeding ticket. Herp!
We're crossing over the border into Austria from Liechtenstein. I think we're in Austria now. Woohoo! So something to know about driving in Austria, whether you are driving from a different country into Austria, or probably even if you were going to rent a car in Austria and just drive around. If you are going to drive on any motorway, like any highway here, you have to buy a sticker that they call a vignette for the windshield of your car. And it's not that much money. We weren't sure what it was going to be, but you can buy it at a gas station or a post office, or I think the border. We went to a gas station because we didn't realize when we were crossing the border, so we did it after. And you can buy them for different amounts of time. The shortest amount of time is 10 days is how long it's valid, so that's the one we bought since we're only going to be here for a few days. But there were also options for 2 months or a year, so you probably get a better deal if you have it for longer, if you're going to be staying that long. So just something to know before you drive into Austria. You can probably get into some trouble if you don't have it on.
We are in Innsbruck. We literally have like no expectation for this place because
it's called Innsbruck.
Yeah,
You said Innsbruck.
Whatever, that's probably how you say it.
Innsbruck.
But my family no, keep going, told us to go to this place, and so we are here, and it's really cute and beautiful and not what I expected at all. So I think we're just gonna walk around and enjoy the views and
stretch our legs,
see what
get
we
some
got.
food in us.
Shelby's angry.
I'm not angry, I'm just ashamed.
Too many hard rocks.
Innsbruck turned out to be the cutest little town. We saw loads of bikers and backpackers everywhere, so it seems like a pretty outdoorsy area. Some popular attractions include a Swarovski crystal museum and a roof made of real gold in the center of town.
We were told to check out this golden roof, that it's very old and very cool.
Several years ago, Innsbruck hosted the Winter Olympics, and it's home to many popular ski resorts.
We're just tootling around the town of Innsbruck, and it's super cool. I definitely want to come back here and like spend more time because it's just like looks like such an outdoorsy town. You can do like biking and hiking and like I'm sure in the winter like skiing and stuff like that. This feels like a place that our friend Joey would like really love. So we definitely need to check it out at some point with him. I think that would be epic. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but I think we came on like a cool weekend where they're doing like a Ninja Warrior race thing.
Shockingly, not
Looks
exactly.
really cool.
Some kind of Beat the City, was that what it was called?
Yeah. Looks epic. I definitely want to beat this city.
They've got like a water tank and big inflatables, and they have like hay bales in the middle of the city.
This looks epic. We gotta come back and do this.
We have just entered our 4th country of the day. Started in Switzerland, passed through Liechtenstein, Austria, and now we are in Germany. But we won't be in Germany for long. We're just passing through to get to the other side of Austria. It's just a quicker way of getting through, I guess. So we are in Germany for a few minutes, and so far not impressed because there's a lot of traffic.
There's some policemen coming up if you want to stop filming.
Okay. Shh.
We've made it to our destination.
What's it called? You want to say the name? It's right there on the sign.
Hotel Schloss Leopoldskron, Salzburg.
You know what Schloss means?
Means castle.
Castle.
You big
German.
idiot.
Our viewers might not know that. I knew that.
I did know that. We made it to our room, and looks pretty epic.
This is where we are staying.
We booked our stay on, you guessed it, Booking.com. Feel free to use our affiliate link in the description for your next hotel, rental car, or flight reservation. And here was the rental car for the weekend. You got me, I'm joking. Sadly, the man with the epic mustache that owned this car did not let us drive it. Most people know of this place as the home of the Sound of Music, since most of the exterior shots were filmed here, but the castle was actually originally commissioned by the Prince Archbishop of Salzburg back in 1736. It has only been open as a hotel since 2014.
It's interesting, like, seeing how it's changed since they filmed the movie.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, like, this was not all gravel. It was like, remember, it was like a stone house.
Yeah,
kinda.
stone.
So it's interesting.
Pretty epic though. Just went inside and they have one of these. You probably can't read that, but it says Steinway and Sons.
It's a big deal, right?
And I'm gonna play it.
The building also comes with a fascinating history. It turns out that at one point it was owned by Max Reinhardt, the co-founder of Salzburg's music festival and inspiration for Uncle Max in the Sound of Music movie. When he fled to the US during World War II, the house was taken by the Nazis. They gave it to an Austrian princess who was spying for them during the war, but she was also close with Max, and she secretly shipped some of his possessions back to the US for him. But when the Nazis found out, the princess fled to the US as well. The house underwent a bombing in the garden that damaged several of the rooms. After the war, the house was returned to Max Reinhardt, who unfortunately had already passed, so his widow offered it to be used to host the Salzburg Global Seminar. This foundation eventually bought the property, refurbished it to be a hotel, and still holds events there today.
Where are we gonna be having breakfast again, Shelby?
This is where we get to have breakfast.
think Ian would just die if he was in this room. Ian, if you're watching this, I don't think we can ever let you in this room because I think you'll just die. This is where I would like to write. I don't know if we're supposed to be doing this, but I think Shelby found a secret door that goes up behind this bookcase. So freaking cool.
No, it's fine because there's another level that says private, so this one's fine. I wonder where that goes.
It's a bummer we're only spending 2 days here. Well, it's safe to say that we just had the coolest self-guided tour of a house, and that was pretty cool. So now we are walking into town. It's like a half-hour walk, which is like walk in the park because we did like 17 miles the other day, so shouldn't be a big deal. But there's a castle that overlooks this area. Also looks like there's some sort of water that away. It's beautiful here. Thanks for taking me, Shelby.
Anytime. Thanks for helping me pay for it.
You mean thanks for paying for all of it? Sometimes I think, what did I get myself into? I'm in a foreign country with a girl I hardly know. What? And I think to myself, she could be taking me.
World.
She could be taking me anywhere. I have no clue where we're going. And it doesn't look like we're going towards civilization, so this will be an adventure. Still don't know where Shelby's taking me.
Contrary to Matt's worries, it takes about 20 minutes to walk into the center of town from our hotel, and the path isn't exactly direct.
That right there is Mozart's house.
That's where he grew up.
So fascinating.
So these are the Mirabelle Gardens, and that I believe is Mirabelle House. The gardens are free for everyone until sunset. I think you have to buy tickets to go in the palace, so we'll probably just stick to the gardens because they're beautiful enough. So
Beautiful enough.
You'll probably recognize this spot from the famous Do Re Mi scene in the movie. That night we ate at the beer garden. Check that one off the bucket list.
Yeah, it's literally just a garden of beer. Not really sure where we're going, but we'll figure it out. Shelby drinking her beer. Yeah, definitely water. We figured it out though, and it's pretty cool. Feels like a conveyor belt or something. We just got our food and we ran out of money.
So we came here and we didn't know that it's only cash at this restaurant. I don't know about everything else here. So we had like the exact amount of cash to
God
buy
was looking out for us.
I mean, he could have looked out for some French fries, I'm just saying, but...
Our first experience in a beer garden.
just finished our yummy but brief meal. It was only a $15 meal for some ribs and for some big sausage. The food was very good, by the way. And also, like, a beer garden is a really strange experience. It's not anything like I was picturing. I was picturing like a garden with flowers, but there's like literally 1,000 people in a big yard, and they're all like, there's an assembly line of like how you get beer, and then like, it's crazy. It was fun. It was a cool experience. So definitely worth checking out.
So this is the dessert that Shelby wanted. It's about, like, put your head next to it. Like, it's
Oh, it's warm. I can feel it.
2 of Shelby's heads. It's massive.
It was for 2 people.
How are we supposed to eat this? We are done with our second dinner. And heading back to the homestead. It's like a 30-minute walk, so the one thing I didn't want to do was walk in the dark, which we might be doing.
We'll be
so
racing against the
we'll
sun.
see. We'll be racing against the sun, as Shelby says. That's a wrap on the first day in
Salzburg.
We're gonna go do some shopping for our picnic in our nice Bauhsland bag. That's a fun, it's got a fun ring to it, you know. And then from there we will head to our picnic. The best part of any lunch or meal is chips. So we gotta find some chips for our picnic. So something that we learned and we've known for a long time but really didn't think about until now is that it's really cheap shopping at grocery stores and not eating out at restaurants all the time.
Well, we knew that already.
I know,
But a tip for you when you're traveling is picnics are a great idea. And buying from the grocery store and making stuff yourself is way cheaper usually than buying from a restaurant.
Tip of the day, off to see the mountains.
Okay, it is day 2. It's the afternoon. We had some breakfast this morning at the hotel and walked around the grounds a little bit by the lake, which was gorgeous. And then we wanted to go on a picnic, so we headed into town to get some food from the market. So something to note if you are traveling in Europe and if you ever want to go on a picnic or just get food somewhere, if you need a grocery shop or anything, make sure that you plan ahead and you at least check to see if places are open, or at least just don't go on a Sunday because most grocery stores are closed on Sundays here. And you also have to watch out for public holidays too, because their holidays are different here than ours, and so you might not realize that it's a holiday coming up and all of a sudden all the grocery stores are closed. So just something to look into when you're traveling. Make sure you're prepared. Luckily we found a grocery store that had a lot of stuff, very good variety, and it was open on a Sunday.
Doesn't observe the Lord's Day.
No, unholy. Anyway, we are doing the Sound of Music trail today. So excited. We're gonna walk up the little path that leads to the spot where Maria takes the kids on a picnic and teaches them how to sing. make sure that we turn off the lights in the car, which means he'll have to go up all those stairs again. In Switzerland, and I don't know if Austria is the same, but we're playing it safe just in case. In Switzerland, you have to have the lights on all the time when you're driving on the car, like the the headlights. I guess just because the weather is so unpredictable and they want to be sure that you can see each other. So that's been a little tricky sometimes to remember to turn them off, because sometimes it's the middle of the day and we just forget that we have the lights on. So we've been learning.
Just enjoyed a beautiful meal and enjoying, oh, thank you. And enjoying the peaceful mountains and cool breeze. I could get used to this. Just finished our hike, and just getting back to the car. And we're gonna go check out a couple other locations that they filmed Sound of Music. If you couldn't tell before, we are big fans of the movie. Also, you should be too, because it's like one of the best movies of all time. So if you haven't seen it already, I'll link it in the description so that you can see it. I don't get any royalties. I'm not sponsored by Sound of Music. It's
But it
just
is on Disney Plus.
that good a movie. Are you saying that someday we're going to be sponsored by Disney Plus?
No, I'm saying if you're looking to watch it, it's on Disney Plus.
Totally worth it.
We are at Schloss Hellbrunn Palace, and you may recognize that guy. So that is the original gazebo from the movie. It used to be on the property where we're staying at Hotel Schloss Leopoldskron, but they were having a problem with trespassers coming on the property wanting to see it. So they moved it here where it's a public park. Parts of this park were actually used for the movie as well, so it's already kind of historical. A lot of people actually didn't know that the inside of the gazebo was remade in LA when they filmed it. So the inside isn't really where they dance around, it's much bigger where they actually danced on the set. But the outside is the same one that they used.
Unfortunately, the gazebo is permanently locked since so many people wanted to dance and jump around inside, and it became a hazard. The Hellbrunn Gardens are open every day and they're free to enter, but you have to buy a ticket if you wish to go inside the palace or to join a guided tour.
There's like a little river thing that runs through this village, and everybody hangs out at it and goes in the water. So we're gonna become locals for a little bit.
Try to make some friends.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
The water was freezing, so we just jumped in quickly to cool off. We headed into town for some drinks, Spätzle, and Apfelstrudel, before finishing off the night with a swing and one last sunset on the lake. We are up very early this morning. It is currently 5:42, which might not seem that early for some, but it's early for me. We're heading to a very cool place this morning that I think you guys will enjoy. We're doing this for you.
Thank you.
Ready to go on our next part of the adventure?
It's a little early for an adventure, but yes, I am. Mostly just sad to leave this place. Good morning. We have one last stop on this road trip that I think you guys will like, so make sure to stay tuned for our last little adventure here.
We just arrived at Neuschwanstein.
We should go
Or
and
the little
film
town.
like when we're up there.
And walking up fast so we can make our time. We took our horse-drawn carriage up, but there were like 1,000 people in it, so
honestly,
we
pretty disappointing.
we didn't take any video of it, but need to walk a little bit more and then we'll be up at the castle.
Basically, when you come here, you can either walk up, which supposedly takes about like 45 minutes and it's pretty steep, or you can pay to have a horse-drawn carriage take you up. So we did that.
Not that
It
big
was
a deal.
nice, but I don't know if it was worth the money.
Neuschwanstein Castle is a relatively new palace dating back to the 1800s, designed for Bavaria's King Ludwig II, who the locals refer to as Mad King Ludwig. He ordered it to be extremely ornate, but he never allowed anyone else to enter. In fact, he made it clear before he passed that he didn't want any visitors inside his castle. We learned this on our guided tour.
I don't want to overexpose it too much, but we just got done with our tour. Weren't able to take pictures. We took a couple.
We'll intercut them.
And now we get to see this epic view, which is pretty crazy. So it's definitely out of the way, but it is super cool, and you can totally tell that like Walt took like so many ideas from this castle, because it's like
felt like Disneyland.
yeah, and the restoration they've done to it is like insane. It feels so new somehow, even though it's like really original. So super cool.
Oddly enough, the castle was never fully finished since the king died young and unexpectedly. More like murdered unexpectedly. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a full view of the exterior, so here's a picture we found for you guys.